live now. Hello everyone, just getting started here. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's see here. Okay, I think we're all set. YouTube seems to be having a little... Oh, Isabel, are you here already? That can't be. How do you know? I don't think it's picking the right chat. Let me move this out so I can share the right chat. God, how did I do this last time? Oh, I remember now. I have to pop out the chat and then I copy the URL. God, like nothing's easy. You already did this, right, Isabel? So you can help me out when I get really stuck. It's not even loading right. It's like just being stupid. Let me reload this. Reloading usually fixes things. Oh, it doesn't know what. It doesn't know where I am. Was it pretty easy? How is it that I don't know what I'm doing just to even set up chat here? Your channel, I thought it was like under YouTube Studio.
I do.
Somewhere here. Oh, there's go live. So I click on go live. Oh, now it finds it. I just had to restart this whole thing. Okay. I'm almost there. For real, for real. Oh, really? It was nice? Okay, so that's good news. I'm so close to having this actually set up. And every time I do this, it'll make it easier the next time, right? Right, there we go. Is it working now? Let me see. No, it's not really working. I spoke too soon. I'm just gonna cry. It was nice compared to day 2. And then when I click on this, this is probably going to be harder. Oh, okay, now I see it. Why is it not showing up? Oh, because there it is. It's working now. I just have to... There's Isabel. Maybe I just have to make it smaller. Or we just make it like this. No, that's too big. Let's change that size a little bit. Height 600, make it 400. Alright, so maybe this is better. Alright, let's get started. Now, you know, the only reason Isabella's here is to basically laugh when I mess up. And, she's kind of my NIX sensei, so here we go. advent of code. I also have Twitch going, but I doubt no one ever comes on Twitch. I don't know what I'm doing on Twitch, so that's how that goes. Alright, so day 1. Here we go. Day 1, Historian Hysteria. The chief historian is always present for the big Christmas sleigh launch, but nobody has seen him in months. Last anyone heard, he was visiting locations that are historically significant to the North Pole. A group of senior historians has asked you to accompany them as they check the places they think he was most likely to visit. Okay, so this is a quest where we basically have to find the chief historian. I didn't even know you were streaming on Twitch. I usually don't, but like, I just click a button, right? So, whatever. Hopefully, maybe, who knows, maybe one day it'll work. As each location is checked, they will mark it on their list with a star. The figure... Oh, so really, like, this is going to be the whole advent calendar. We find the chief historian on the last day, hopefully, in time for Christmas. They figure the chief historian must be in one of the first 50 places they'll look. So in order to save Christmas, you need to help them get 50 stars on their list before Santa takes off on December 25th. 50 stars. Oh my. So we have to do 2 of them, otherwise we won't actually succeed. Collect stars by solving puzzles. 2 puzzles will be made available on each day in the advent calendar. The second puzzle is unlocked when you complete the first. Each puzzle grants 1 star. Good luck. You haven't even left yet, and the group of elvish senior historians has already hit a problem. Yeah, the elves kind of suck. Their list of locations to check is currently empty. Alright, so they don't have any idea where this chief historian is. Eventually, where are we here? Right. Eventually, someone decides that the best place to check first would be the chief historian's office. Yes, I would go there too. And it's going to be ransacked, and there'll be a dead body. No, it's not that kind of theme. Upon pouring into the office, everyone confirms that the chief historian is indeed nowhere to be found. Right. Like, we know he's gone, right? Instead, the elves discover an assortment of notes and lists of historically significant locations. Oh, that's convenient. It's like one of those murder boards, right, where there's lines everywhere. This seems to be the planning the chief historian was doing before he left. Perhaps these notes can be used to determine which locations to search. I thought NIX was just a package manager. No, NIX, well, yeah, it's a full language though, right? It is a domain-specific language, DSL, like Isabel said, but it should be Turing complete, and you should be able to do anything with it. So to further our knowledge of NIX, we are going to program Advent of Code, at least day 1 in NIX. This seems to be the planning the chief historian was doing before he left. Perhaps these notes can be used to determine which locations... Oh, I read this already. Throughout the chief's office, the historically significant locations are listed not by name, but by a unique number called the location ID. This sounds like an entry in a database. To make sure they don't miss anything, the historians split into 2 groups, each searching the office and trying to create their own complete list of location IDs. Alright? There's just one problem. By holding the 2 lists up side by side, why is this like your puzzle input, it quickly becomes clear that the lists aren't very similar. Maybe you can help the historians reconcile their lists. For example, side by side, so this must be one list and this is the other. Maybe the lists are only off by a small amount. I'm not sure what that means. To find out, pair up the numbers and measure how far apart they are. pair up the smallest number in the left list with the smallest number in the right list. Then the second smallest left number with the second smallest right number. Okay. Got it. Within each pair, figure out how far apart the two numbers are. You'll need to add up all of those distances. Right, so we'll want to do the absolute on the subtraction or whatever, right? Get the absolute value. For example, if you pair up a 3 from the left with a 7 from the right, the distance is 4, right? If you pair up a 9 with a 3, the distance apart is 6. In the example list above, the pair's end distances would be as follows. The smallest number in the list is 1. In the left list is 1, right? So we see a 1 here. And the smallest number on the right list is 3. That's this number here, or any of these 3's. So the distance is 2. And then we go for the second smallest number. It looks like a 2 here and another 3 here. Is that what they say? 2 and 3. And the distance between 2 and 3 is 1. And for those of you, who are like trying to get back to math basics, it's like 2 minus 3 is -1. So you take the absolute value, and that is 1. Or 3 minus 2 is 1, and the absolute value of 1 is 1. So it doesn't matter which one is first and which one is second. The third smallest number, right, I think we get the idea. And then we would basically add up all of these distances together. To find the total distance between the left and right, add up the distances between all of the pairs you found. In the example above, this is I get the question. Your actual left and right list contain many locations ID. What is the total distance between your list? I don't understand though why we're looking at distances. Like a location ID should be just an abstract number, right? Or does it represent a location? I don't understand why we're getting distances between them. Because this could be like 1 million for all that matters, right? Like, and then the distance would be huge. NIX has no absolute function. So a friend of mine told me about Noogle. And you can type stuff in here. Oh, what? How is that possible? That's so funny, right? Okay. I mean, how? What? They have absolute. Oh, you have to define it. That's just a funny thing, right? How weird is that? Okay. Well, anyway. I was the Noogle person. Yeah. It's okay. Luckily, we can handle writing an absolute value function. Alright, so why don't we start by taking the simple input puzzle? That way, since we're not like, I'm no competitive coder, so there's no point in trying to do more. Trying to do it fast. So I just want to call this like input, I guess. And I will save this. And then we will make a new file, and we'll call this one like day1.nix. And I think I'll start by wanting to read the input file. In my NIX cheat sheet, I like to have like these lines, and it seems like these lines are kind of useful to have in the beginning of your NIX stuff, I'll use this easy one because then it pulls in all the stuff. Maybe built-ins we don't need to do. We'll see. If there's a lot of built-ins we want to do, then we'll do that. So we want to read the file, and that was like, did I close Noogle? Read file is built-ins read file. So now I can do built-ins dot read file, and I want to pass in input. Izzy? Oh yeah, that's Isabel, right. Crazy seeing you here. Where'd you come from? Built-ins. Okay, so this should read the file, my input file. Let us try running this. I will use NIX instantiate eval strict day 01. Alright, so you've seen that we have read this file. And the first thing I think is I should split up these into different lines. Right, like basically so that they're rows. So why don't I split this thing into different rows. So it'll be 3, 4, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 5. And there was something called like split. I think it's split string I want, that's easier. Yeah. Okay. So we could make this a let. File input is this, and we have to put a semicolon because we're assigning it. And next thing we'll do is we'll split. So we'll have something like in, I guess I'm cheating here, lib.split string, and we will split on, it takes in the thing we want to split on. Right, we see that over here, and the input, which is file input. Alright, so now we have a list of these things where we have the first number and the second number. I tried to use only built-ins. It was pretty rough. Lib is so good. Why would you limit yourself to just built-ins? You're trying to do it like hard mode? Did you split yourself? You wrote your own split function? So now we can have like, you know, I learned there was a pipe function here. Oh shit, sorry. Lib trivial pipe. Yeah, there's a pipe function. So I think I can basically do lib.pipe and pass in a list. For fun, built-ins split, thankfully. Oh yeah, that's not the split I want though. So we take in this guy, which is the input, and then we pass it into this guy, which is going to be, this is split string, and let's see if this works. Built-ins input, right? So this is a function. Let's see if this works. I wonder why it didn't call this. Why is this happening? Libpipe. Oh, the thing comes first. Okay. So this goes in. This. Why is this not working? This goes in here. Yeah. So it should look like this. Dun 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 dun. Oh my god. Pipe, then we pass in a function. But wouldn't this be a curried function? Shouldn't this work? I don't understand why. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Lib.pipe or either pipe with the pipe operator. Right. Is already hard enough. Right. Exactly. So this seems kind of neat. It's like my cheat for the pipe operator. I wish I wish I had the experimental thing. All right, so now we have this. What I think I want to do is split it into sublists, like a list on maybe like something that looks a little bit like an attribute set where it's like list one, list left list and right list. I guess. Yeah, let's try to do that. So now we are going to split based on we're going to take each one and turn it into, what are there, 3, 1, 2, 3 spaces there. But we have to do that for each one. So we have to call map on, we're going to map on this input. Map takes in the function split string. God, this does get complicated. We're calling map split string. I can't stay long, but I've been enjoying 6502. Yay! Oh yeah, all of that's coming soon. None of those are going away. Once I start something, I will go to the end. Alright, so I want to call map, pass in the function lib split string. So I think I need to put this in parentheses. This looks kind of ugly. Alright, look at that. So, because I don't think I can do this. Yeah, because it's not a function. It's not a partial function. You guys realize we're making use of curried functions here? Because we're not passing all the parameters. This is a partial function. So we have partial function applications. Is that cool or what? I'm excited. But it seems a little hard to think in this language for this stuff. I'm not really sure why. But at least, okay, so here we are. Oops. Why is it not happy? We gotta save. Alright, so, you know, this one here, we can kind of say it looks a little bit like this. Just to help, you know, think about it. Right? And now what I want to do is put those into a maybe I should just turn all of those into numbers, right? Alright, lib dot, well, how do you turn things to numbers? There's like a toInt or something, right? Yeah. So this has this, and now we're going to be going inside of each one, and I want to turn each one into a number. This is getting a little hairy. I don't like how I'm doing this. Hey, how's the adventing going? I don't know if I like this because I am like now, I'm like kind of annoyed that I'm dealing with sublists here, but whatever. I guess it's not the end of the world. So what do we want to do? We want to take each one of these and like maybe we want to return so it takes in a function x, which is going to be this list, right? L. And then we're going to call how do you get the first element of a list? Head. We call head. I think I want to return a thing that is like first left. I feel like I'm turning into like mud here. I want to take the first thing and I have a list. And that's head, right? Yeah, lib.head. Okay, and this is an equal sign. So my thing I'm going to return is left is equal to this thing, and then right is going to be equal to, we're going to turn the list into, okay, I think this makes sense. And we're going to have right is equal to lib. How do you get the second thing? Is it just, do I just have to do like tail and then call head on it? Let's look at what we did on NIX cheat sheet. List arrays, element at. Lib built-ins dot element at list 1. Okay, so this is going to take the list we get, and when we're doing map, it's just going to pass in like, basically this part is being passed in the, just this, right? That's what it's getting. And then what I want to turn it into, I guess, is left 3, right equals 4. And then why I want to do this, I don't want to map, well, because then I can just go through all of them and sort of like do a fold and make a list of all of them, right? No, 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 no. I don't want to do this. I'm just gonna return numbers for these guys. I'm just gonna return numbers for these guys. Here we go. I'm like so bad. How is it that I am a developer at all? So we're gonna do built-ins. What is it called? lib2int. lib2int here. Built-ins dot, no, lib.2int. God, you know, I have an excuse maybe because I drank quite a bit in the thing. lib2int l head l. Okay, so if I do this, we're just going to have the first number. We're just going to have 3, 4, 2, 1 of each one, right? Let's see. Built-ins head, right? Oops. lib2int. Why is it lambda 3, 4? So we did get the first letter of everything. but why am I seeing this? Map L, so this is the function, it takes in the list, it makes a list, it returns a list that is lib2int built-in's head. Do I not need? That seems right to me. Why is it returning lambda? Stopping by to say hello. Hello! Why am I getting a lambda? Oh, because it's not calling to int. It's putting the function to int in here, that's why. I feel like I'm making life really freaking hard for myself. At NIX store throw could not, oh right, because of the last number. And what was that to basically, is there a trim function? That's gonna get rid of all of them. Where is like, there must be something like concatenate, right? Substring. So we just have to get rid of the last character. So we're gonna call built-ins dot substring 0 to the length, which I think is something like built-ins dot length. Oh my god, this is so hard. You can backseat a little bit. Yeah, that's so... I feel like me trying to be smart and fancy with pipe has caused me a lot of problems because I can't really get... Now I can't really do certain things that I want to do. Like, I would have to turn this into a let in here, and that's really ugly. But there has to be some way to get rid of, like, just the last character, no? Where's the strings reference? Alright, strings. Let's look at strings. Oh, it's here. You can't really see it very well. String manipulation. We don't need to concatenate, intersperse. There has to be something here. I guess I can just make my own function that does it, and then we can just use that. But I was really hoping to make this easier. Remove suffix. Oh. That sort of works, right? Yeah, that will work. lib.strings.remove suffix, and we pass in the new line. Guys. Oh my god. Here. Let's do this. So something is wrong here. because I feel like I should just give up on this whole approach in general. Oh my god, because it's a list. I am so stupid. Alias is thankfully. I thought it was libstring to int and not lib to int. No, 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 that's all good. It's actually that now what I want to do is remove the last item of a list, but what I should do is just put this before here. Oh, here. Because then this will remove the suffix and then I split it. And I'm just not thinking straight. There we go. You see, we're happy now, right? It got rid of that last new line. And now I want to, I don't need this anymore. And yes, this will basically still return me this mapping that is, that looks like this up here. And now I wanted to run map here. And yes, that's exactly what I thought I would be doing. And now the second function here is lib.toInt built-ins.element. Is it built-ins or element at 1L? Elements at the list and then the number. Where did I do it wrong? Built-ins.element at, is it not built-ins? Built-ins element at L takes in a list and then a number. Why is this not working? 0, 1. This is this, this is this. Oh. Yeah, something's not matching here. This should close here. This should open here. Now I'm doing Lisp. Now I'm doing Lisp. That's the problem. This is the problem when you start trying to use pipe operators when they don't work. Oh my god, does this feel like... Is anyone even here anymore? Is anyone literally here? Like, I don't think I could follow this. I actually don't know where my YouTube thing went. Live streaming. Here we go. Oh, there are people here. So, like, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. Do you guys understand what's going on here? It's kind of ugly, isn't it? But yeah, this is basically turning it into 3 and 4, right? All this work for 3 and 4. Holy crap. I think if, you know, I keep doing this, I'll learn NIX better, and like, this wouldn't be so hard in the future. I see the idea, but it's so goofy. Oh. Well, it should be simple. It like, literally, it should have been very easy, right? Now I just have a list of these things. Now I have a list instead of like, right? So now list looks like this. It kind of looks like the other list, except now it's like 3, 4, and 4, 3. I don't, but functional programming is very confusing to me. Well, the pipe thing, yeah, I'm not making it easy. I think pipe was a mistake, but I'm down this rabbit hole now because I wanted to feel smart, but all I ended up doing was looking really stupid. So yeah, we're basically taking this first file input, which is our input file for those of you that are just joining. And we're basically trying to, we read it in. It looks like just a string. We remove the ending. Pipe is basically going to take that input and keep calling these functions that I have listed here. It's a list of functions. That's why it's here. And so I call remove suffix to remove the ending. Then I split that file into rows basically, and it looks a little bit like this. And then it had like spaces in between the numbers. So now we have something that looks like this, and now we have something that looks like this. So now we can, what I want to do now is basically make, I guess like left, and have it like all the left numbers, like this, and have, I keep using Haskell syntax. What I want to do is have something that looks like this, and right. That's basically something like this. To me, it seems like that makes it easy to think about, right? This is what I want to get to. And so, what do we need to do next? How do we basically turn this thing here into that? So I think I can just now call fold, which is also called reduce in other languages. Fold prime. Fold L prime. And that takes in the function. Okay, we'll figure out what that function is later. The function takes in the accumulator and the value. I'll call it element. And it does something with it. And then the accumulator for us is basically we are starting with a thing where left is equal to the empty set and right is equal to the empty set, because empty list. So it's starting off with nothing with left and right, and it's going to be calling with the accumulator and the element and return something. So that is, if we look at fold here, it's the operator, which is a function, then it's the null value, which is the starting value here, and then we pass in the list, which is passed in from up here. So if I do this, we should get an actual value. Uh-oh. Fold L. I think it's just because it doesn't know how to parse, so I need to put this in parentheses. Alright, so you can see that since we started with this, it basically called it with 3, 4, 4, 3, and etc. But since we only ever return the null, it's useless. So what we want to do is this function to actually do something. We'll have this function do something here. Maybe, how should we make this look? I think this is prettier. And that would mean this goes here, and this goes here, and this goes here. Yeah, that looks like parsable to me. And so if I do this, we can kind of read this, and it still works. Okay. So now we have the accumulator, which is, if you recall, left and right. So I think what I can do here is say that it gets passed in a left and a right. Is that right? And if I get passed in a left and a right and I return the left and the right, Alright, I'll explain this in a second if this actually works. Yeah, okay, that did work. I will just call this L and R just to make it a little bit easier. So it looks like this. So this parameter, this starting parameter, null parameter, is what we're passing in here, right? And there's two attributes here, left and right. So I'm basically, oh no, I have to call it left and right because that's the name they have in there. Yeah, unfortunately that's what, it looks so stupid, right? Anyway. So the left, which is the empty list here, gets passed in here, and the right, which is the empty list, gets passed in here. And then I was just returning the same thing, right? I was just returning left equals left. But this left is the name of the attribute, and this left is the left that we're getting passed in here. And so right equals right, and that actually compiles. Right. Okay. But that's not what we want to do. Now this is dark magic. No, 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 no. It's not dark magic. This is like, I bet Elizabeth's solution is like 2 lines. Holy crap. Wait, this isn't a competition, right? And I shouldn't compete against my sensei anyway. Okay, so we want to take the list that we got and we want to put our current elements list in there. So we want to break this up and call this, I'll call this, crap, how do I do this? Where's my cheat sheet? I don't have any cheat sheet for attribute sets. How is this possible? Here, I'm going to call this E. So if I do this, I'm going to basically say take the left list and concatenate that with, no, I'm going to put the element first. What is the NIX thing for adding an element in front of a list? Come on, I didn't put in my cheat sheet. NIX REPL. Is it like Haskell? I think is this. No, it didn't like that. Is it this? No. Damn it. I'm gonna have to look up lists here. Because I don't remember names, values, where's lists? Attribute sets. String interpolation. I think I missed it. Lists. Lists. That's not here. Built-ins. Where do they teach us lists? Can be primitive lists. How? Did we never cover lists? Maybe it's because I typed capital. Yeah, that's probably it. From a list. Okay. Come on, guys. Is this it? I can't believe I can't find like a section called lists. Alright, I think I can do list NIX reference. Oh my god. I'm just trying to think, like, why am I having a hard time finding the, where it is. I remember the plus plus was in here, right? So it's like, if I have a list and I add another list, this works, right? Yeah, so maybe if I just look for plus plus, I will find it in there. So let me search for plus plus. There's no reference to plus plus. Isn't that crazy? Okay, well, we'll do it the dumb way then. Maybe there is no way to do this. So we can basically do, like, if we have an element, we can just put it in brackets and then use the concatenation operator. All right, so we are saying take the left is going to equal to left, and we're going to concatenate e dot left to it. Right? Let me make sure that's how sets work. So if I have a set called, like, let a is equal to x equals to 1, y is equal to 2, and then I can do in a dot x, right? Oops. Let a in a dot x. Why is this not happy? Oh, because I need this. Alright, so that is how that syntax works. We do dot. So it is e dot left. We make it into a list because the element is going to be a singleton. It's going to be guys, how are you letting me even do this? The element we get is going to be a 3 and a 4. So we just want the first element to go into, we want the first element to go into the left, head, E, and then the right is going to be the second element. So it's going to be, what is it called? Element at built-ins dot element at L1 plus plus, but this whole thing needs to be turned into a list. And yeah. Undefined variable L, right. That's E. Head E, right, because it's built-in's head. Unvariable built-ins, because I can't type, is an integer, plus plus left. Left isn't an integer. Value is an integer while list was expected, right. Because I did not do what I said I was going to do and actually turn this into a list. Hey guys. Then E is 3, 4. You're right. Totally right. You're spot on, Tet. Okay, I don't think I'm winning any awards with this code here. But that's it, right? Like is that the right input? Let's just check real quick. It's going to be reversed because we put in the front. So it's 331243, 331243, 393534, 393534. All right. So now this should be easy, right? We just have to sort these two lists that we have. All right, so now, yeah, we have this list. So we can actually just even type that in here. So this is what we have now. And now we want to sort the left list and we want to sort the right list. I assume this thing has a sort. We want our Noogle. Okay. So it looks like there's something called sort. Let's just call sort here just to test, right? Just to make sure we know. Let's just sort the left list first. So we call built-ins dot sort, and we pass in the left list. So how do I pass in just the left list? I don't think I can. I think... Oh, I can, right? I just make a function. So we're going to get called in with a left and a right. Guys, like sometimes the brain just doesn't work, right? So remember, now we got something like this. This is our input to our pipe function now, left and right. So I say left and right. So now if I just print out left, we should just get a list back, right? 331243. Let's just do that and make sure that works. Ay, 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 ay. Why are you not happy? Why are you not happy? What's going on? Syntax error, expected comma. Is this not how it works? Unexpected comma, expecting dot. Why are you expecting a dot? Because do I have to put this all in a parentheses for you to be happy? Yeah, you are. Okay. So, this basically makes sure that it can parse this whole thing as a function because pipe is expecting functions. And I guess pipe was basically getting this thing only, which is an attribute set, and it was like, what is this? This doesn't even look like a well-formed attribute set. So then it was getting very confused by the comma and the colon. You see, like, the equal would have made sense because it would have been an attribute set left equals something, but no. But we fixed it. All right, so now we have left and right. So let's sort this guy, this bad boy, built-ins dot sort, and it gets passed in sort takes in the list and returns what? Oh, inputs, comparator, and then a list. So the comparator is the less than function. That's what I was just searching for earlier. Less than. I assume I can pass this in here. Yeah, so I pass in less than. Built-ins dot less than. And then we pass in the list, which is of the list, which is left. So this should return us the sorted left list. Because I can't type. You know what? This makes a huge argument for me to just say with built-ins. There you go. Like, isn't that better? I'm just always afraid that, like, this looks a lot better. We can just like, whoops, we can just look for all built-ins. Built-ins dot built-ins dot and just delete that. Yeah. There we go. God. Okay, so the record I'm going for is the longest solution for part 1. Guess what we're going to do next now? So what's the next part? Think about what we're going to do next. I think my next littlest step possible is to return an attribute set. So I'm going to return an attribute set where I give you the left. And it is basically this. Ay, ay, ay. We need equals for that. Yeah, you see, so now we have a sorted left. And now we should sort the right. Right. Does this seem like crazy code? Look at that. Okay, so let us look at our input. Oh, here it was like input. Right, it was this, the same thing as here. The right list should be 333, 333, then 459, 459. And this one should be 12333, 12333, Okay, so we got that right. Fold L is what I used too. Yay! I'm gonna cry when I look at your git commit, Isabel, because I'm gonna feel so bad and stupid. Okay, so now what we have to do is, now that we have these two things, we just want to like, I guess like should we use fold L or map? I think we should use fold L, and we're going to pass in these two lists. Yeah, we're going to construct, we're going to reconstruct, we're going to reconstruct this using fold L. So what fold L is going to get here is this, right? But it needs to traverse. It's a funny thing. So the null, the accumulator, this does seem a little nasty. It's almost like fold L is, yeah. So I think I can just rebuild this, but it is kind of stupid. fold L should take in this whole thing, and then it, like, each time it gets one of these, yeah, this is not ideal. But we can kind of do it. We can kind of trick it. Yeah. All right. So what I'm thinking is that what we want to do is just subtract the two numbers, right? So we kind of want to go back to like 1 comma 3, a list that's basically, whoops. We want to go back to something that looks like this from the very beginning, if you remember. So it would be 2 comma 3. We're just taking the same elements, right? We want to go back to this. From this. And to get there shouldn't be too hard, because all we have to do is combine those two lists together. Right, so I need to basically pass in, what's the matter? First list, I need to pass in the left list and then the right list combined together, something like this. No, I can't, it's saying, oops. Sorry, we're doing something here. We are going to take the two lists and then merge them back together. How do we do that? We want it to look like a list containing two lists. Yeah, so it would have to be this list and then adding this list. Right? So if I do this, then we'll go back to something that looks like it'll just get rid of this and turn it into this list followed by this list. And then what we can do is we can, guys, I'm falling apart here, right? Then we can like get the first element of both lists. Get the first element of both lists and make our little sublist. I think that's what we're going to do. So let me first reconstruct this into this. So we take in, what do we have here? We have left and right, yeah? Function. I think I will clean this up later because this is damn ugly. Left and right, and then I just do this. Why doesn't it like this? Attempt to call something that is not a function a list. Yeah, we need to plus this together. Alright, so now we're back to what I was hoping for, which is this. And now I can call fold and basically put these two lists together, I think. It's going to get called one list and the next list. I don't think that's going to work. How is it that I was able to deconstruct it, but I can't construct this list back? If I want to zip two things, I think there's just like a zip command that will do this for me. No, that's not what I want. Merge attributes and use the function to merge attributes. Zip attributes, zip lists. 1, 2, A, B. First equals 1, second equals 2. No, I don't want that. Alright, sorry. I'm just going to make this function then. That takes in two lists and joins them together. I feel so close, like I have two lists, right? I basically have like this. How is it that I can't like do something with it? Like this here gives me left and right, and now all I have to do is take this one and just run the absolute value of it. So I should have a function that takes in two lists and just, yeah, let's try to define this function. So instead of putting it in pipe, we're just going to make a function here. How should I do that then? This is going to run all of this. I guess I'll just do like let here. And then all of this moves up 1. And then we'll do an in. So we have a let. And this has to be like, let's call it foo for now. This is really the result. Okay, result. And now in here, I want to make a function that takes in list 1, list 2, and then what it's going to do is, right, this is easy now, right? Because what I want to do is take the head of list 1 and subtract with the head of list 2. Right, so here's the function. It's called difference, I guess. It's going to return list 1, list 2, and it returns the head of that. Plus difference. Is there a tail? Yeah. Difference tail list 1 tail list 2. think that is a definition of diff. Let's see if it compiles. We don't have any in. I'll just call it diff, and this should return us a lambda because it's a function. Yeah, okay, so it compiles. Oh my god. All right. So now what we want to call is diff. So we have result here, right? It's called result. Left. Now it's not happy. What is it? Value is the built-in function tail, while a list was expected. Okay, so we have to make sure that this is called correctly. Why isn't it like this? The value is the built-in function tail while a list is expected. Why is it showing it up all the way over here? Head 1, list 1, list 2. Here, let's give it our own list just to make sure it's not a problem. So it's still not happy. Diff is equal to head. Let's just simplify this. Let's super simplify it. In. This isn't like this. Okay, so that works. So we're going to take its head 1. Right, and was the minus head L2. This should still work. Let's see. Yeah, so that's still 1. And now we have to add that number with the recursive call to diff tail L1, tail L2. And I guess this is the part it doesn't like. While a list was expected. But tail does return a list. Yeah, zip lists with. I thought I was looking at that and I didn't find it. Like I didn't know how to end up using it. So I was a little confused by that, but this should work, right? Like I'm just writing my function here, but I'm not really sure why tail is failing here. Maybe because it needs to be called like. I'm gonna make sure that it's not any yeah, so this should make it super clear. But I don't even see why that's necessary. Oh, what happened now? Index 0 is out of bounds. Oh, I don't have any base statement. If it's empty, then 0, else. If else. Okay. All right, look at that. We've done something. Written so much NIX, you're writing functions like not NIX. That's the whole idea. Is I want to write functions not like NIX. I want to kind of like I want to kind of like write it like a program, hopefully, but it's still a shitty program. Alright, so difference between two lists, and I'm summing it, you can see here. So 1 and 2 is going to add, the first one's going to be 1, the second one's going to be 2, and then we add 1 and 2 together. And we got 3, right? So the answer down here was 3. Now if I change this to 1, because now this will be 0 and 2, the answer should be 2. Okay, the problem is it doesn't handle absolute value. So if this was 0 and this was 2, then it's no longer going to work. Right, -2, and we don't want that. So we need to write absolute value. Absolute value x. If x is greater than 0, then x, else return x times -1, right? Absolute value 10. Didn't like it. I need to write a function. Absolute is equal to. There we go. Absolute x. I think that's better. Alright, so that worked. And now -10. What? Is this like some kind of weird... Is this a weird, like... Because Haskell has the same problem where the minus becomes the operator. Alright, well, I'll assume so. And now this should work if I just change absolute value here, right? Yay, we got 2 again. I'm gonna cry. Alright, so we have the difference between two list function written. We have absolute value. And here, right over here, we had left and right. So now it's sorted. So I should be able to call diff, write a function that takes in a left and a right list. This is hard and in a unique way. Everyone who's watching NIX stuff is gonna unsubscribe. Alright, so we're so close. We're gonna call diff left, right. Can it be this easy? Do we call it result? What was it called? Result. Okay. $11. Tell me, is 11 right? Let's look at what this said here. Blah, 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 and a total distance of 11. Does this mean it works? Should we try it with the real results now? Right, if I want to use the real results, I have to get my input puzzle. And I guess what do? We just like take all of this stuff. Oh my god. I have like a mouse problem, so it's not very happy with me a lot of the times. Okay, we're just gonna delete this and then put it all in here. 1,000 lines. The first line is 7721, and then the last line is 46609. I'm controlling. So I need a control A. Did you know there was control A and it just selects everything? Alright. How embarrassing. This is seriously like... It's like seriously, the worst thing for your ego. Have a gold star, guys. Alright. I've been meaning to kind of make like I need to make like util.nix or something like this where I like take some of these functions, you know, like what did we make here? We made like absolute value. I kind of want to like just not have to put in my code all the time. So I'm wondering if I can basically make a library that I can reuse in the future. So let me like get rid of absolute value. Maybe I'll even get rid of this. And this way, I think I should be able to... I think I should be able to import this, right? Let's see if that works. I got rid of it, but I should still be able to call diff. Let's see if this compiles. Absolute, undefined absolute. It imported with util. Does anyone know how to like bring that in now? Util with import util. So you would think absolute exists in here now. Undefined variable absolute. Oh, it had a problem. Borked. This is very useful, NIX. With import undefined value absolute. Oh, it didn't like it inside of the util. I see. That's kind of weird. Isn't this just... This should just return, when I import this, shouldn't this just return an attribute set? I thought that's how that worked. NIX packages, it's going to return an attribute set. And now with import means that it's going to use those things. So I should have absolute in here. Let me make a new file. With import util.nix. And I'll call absolute 10. I have to name this file write test.nix. No, that would be if she did utils import. I think maybe you just need utils absolute. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how to make a library. Oh! What? Why? Syntax error. Unexpected end of file test.nix. There we go. Undefined absolute, so it doesn't like how to do that. I mean, it seems kind of weird if I actually have to pass it a function, right? Still doesn't know absolute. Oh! It could be because of my diff function here. I mean, it could be. It doesn't make any sense, right? But it could be. Yep, it was. Because this one is calling like built-ins and stuff like that. So you see that works now. So let me see if I can get rid of this and simplify so I don't need to call this. And it still works. Okay, great. We figured it out. Might need to use rec. No, we don't need rec. Why don't we need rec? Oh, for diff. You might be right. But right now the problem with diff is that it's calling tail and stuff like that where we are not using the, we haven't brought in the built-ins. So I can say with built-ins, and I think those are all built-ins, right? So let me just make sure this compiles. Yep, and now we can try to bring back this guy. And now it works again. Yay, right? So, so now we go back to our day 1, and this might work now. Wait, undefined absolute. Why is this guy not happy if the other guy was happy? Strict while calling result is equal to libpipe. Undefined. Why? What's going on here? Because this worked, right? The default worked. I mean, the test NIX worked. Why does what's the difference between test NIX and day 1 NIX? Let's see. With import util.nix. And absolute worked, but we never tried diff. bet it's this. Yeah, that is why. Because exactly what you said, Ben, we need to bring in util, this needs to be a rec. Because absolute here is going to refer to absolute here. That's why. Yes. So now we should be able to run day 1. Yay! Okay. So what I just like is this will be my way of making a library. I'll just kind of copy and paste this. Whoops. And put that in the little cheat sheet here. Comment headers. Making a library. Okay. Yeah, so that just kind of like helps us. And I guess one more thing we got to do there is show how we call it. And then we need another one that is like and what is it? With import util.nix. Absolute 10. Okay, so we have something like this, and then there's util.nix here. Okay. Using the with deferred the error of not finding absolute to the later in the runtime. Yep, exactly. When you said rec, it wasn't like the problem that I was immediately facing, but it was a problem. Alright, so what does day 1 look like now? It still looks ugly as fuck. Don't forget then the file that uses util.nix. We don't need it, Ethan. This one here doesn't need it. Because look, like test.nix, you see? Oh, the width. You're right. Why are you laughing at me? You're laughing at me literally. No, they help me, but I mean, I know what I'm doing. Do you want to get by? Okay. Now, I saw that semicolon. I'm the worst with semicolons, honestly. Alright. So, yeah, day 1. It's not great, right? I mean, if you get rid of these things, I mean, it doesn't look bad, right? And look, we can get rid of this let. This is kind of cool, right? Because that's the benefit of having the library. Is now we can just do this, I think. Right, we don't need the semicolon. I mean, that's not bad, right? That's actually pretty cool. All right, we'll stop. We'll stop here. We won't stop here. This is we'll stop fixing my bad code here. Now we'll just go straight to looking at what's next. Is this gonna take a long time? I mean, now that we kind of know what we're doing, maybe it's gonna be a lot easier. How long have we been on? Where does it say? I know it's here somewhere. Ah, here it is. 1 hour and 41 minutes. I'm not winning any prizes for this. Okay. Don't feel like you have to stick around if you're tired. Your analysis only confirmed what everyone feared. The two lists of location IDs are indeed very different, or are they? The historians can't agree on which group made the mistake or how to read most of Chief's handwriting. But in the commotion, you notice an interesting detail. A lot of location IDs appear in both lists. Maybe the other numbers aren't location IDs. Yeah, that's what I was saying, right? They're not location IDs. It makes no sense. Second problem is, but you should probably rest. Joe's worried about my mental health. It's apparent. Maybe the other numbers aren't location IDs at all, but rather misinterpreted handwriting. Oh, I hope we get to write like a learning model, right? This time, you'll need to figure out exactly how often each number from the left list appears in the right list. How often each number on the left list appears on the right list. Calculate a total of similarity score by adding up each number on the left list after multiplying it by the number of times that number appears in the right list. Okay, so the first number in the left list is 3. It appears in the right list 3 times, so the similarity score increases by 3 times 3, 9. So for this guy, it's 9, 3 times the 3 times that it appears. Second number is 4. It appears in the right list once, so it's 4 times 1. The third number is 2. It does not appear, so it's 0. Fourth number is 1, also does not appear. The fifth number, the last number is 3, 9. So then we have to add them up together. No, I know, it's cool. Thanks, Joe, no problem. So let's go back to, maybe I should rename these things like day1 underscore 01. And then we're going to now write day1 underscore 2 for part 2. And I want to go back to the simple, I'll make a new output file, and we'll call this like sample output, so it's easier to use. Okay. And we are in part 2. Isabel, did you want to join voice or anything if you feel like it? Alright. So, how do we want to do this? We want a function that's basically like takes the first number and then finds in the second number, right? So having this here, we no longer care about the sorting. So like this stuff doesn't matter. So if we just have this, oops, sample output. If we just do this, and we do this on day 2, part 2, oh, why is it so fragile? Like, what did I just change? Sample output. Oh, no, what? What's going on? It's not happy with my util.nix anymore. What just happened? Why is this broken all of a sudden? Oops, sorry. While calling fold L, libpipe. Why is it this line already? Like, this is causing problem? Is my day 1 not working either now? So weird. That still works. What did I do? Day 1. This guy. This guy worked, but the other guy doesn't. What did I just hit? It's because the input file must be different. Let's look at the 2 input files. This one at the very end has a new line, and my sample output has a new line here. One, two, three. So if I call this oh, I think I know. No. Let's see if this works. Sample output. It's not sample output. Why did I call it sample output? That works. Well, let's just rewrite day what's it called? Right? Day 0102.nix. Because this one works, so we don't care about the other one. And now we are going to just get rid of, I mean, I'm curious why that other thing didn't work. Oh, I'm running the wrong thing now. There we go. Okay. So it's back. I wonder why that other one didn't work. It makes no sense. There we go. Alright. So now we have 2 lists. This is a good place to start. And we want to basically iterate each of this, all of these lists, and find the, what was it? How many times it appears in this list. So let's write that function. Is there, I'm assuming there's not already a built-in function for, like, no, I don't think there's a built-in function for that. So let's add it to util. And it should be something like count, right? And that is, it takes in the element you're counting and a list. The element and the list. And if the head of the list is equal to element, then it is equal to 1 plus count element tail XS. Oh, count does exist? I could have typed it, right? Hold on. We're onto something here though. If head is equal to that, then 1 plus 1 plus count, else count e tail xs. I feel like there's going to be some parentheses issues here. Let me look. 1 plus count e, we're passing in two variables, tail xs. That looks like it should work. Let's see. Can I do like NIX REPL here and do with import util.nix count 1 1 1 1 2. Okay, it wasn't happy. With import syntax error expected semicolon. Why aren't you here? Probably I need to do this. I'm so tired of this. Nothing's easy. With built-ins. Alright, we're not gonna do it. We're just gonna do it here. So we have count here. Now we go back and try to use count in our day 2. You don't need to. It's not eeps. It's literally, I can't get the semicolons. Alright, 1 plus count. Why is this guy not happy? Cannot add a function. This isn't a function. Count e tail s. Is it because it thinks, I mean, how many parentheses do I need before this guy's happy? Count E tail. Yeah, that's what I was. Let's try. This one goes here. Count E tail XS. Yeah, I mean, even if I got rid of this, that's not going to help. Why is this guy not happy? Oh, down here. It's not happy with this first guy. It seems to think this is a function. Why does this look like a function to it? Cannot add a function to an integer. To the rest, count E, tail XS. Oh! Wait. Because... Oh, no, it's not because of tail. Do you guys see? Is it the parentheses after count? You mean like I need a parentheses here? Count. Alright, so it thinks this whole thing is a function. So you would think that by making it clear that, especially here, like count is being called with two things, two parameters. I don't get why this would be... Maybe it's... I just don't get it. Doesn't make any sense. Oh! 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 I think I know. Well, I'm not sure, but I think I know. Maybe it's just confused because no, I don't have lib, so it can't be the wrong count, right? No, I don't understand. Maybe I should give up on this. Then it's equal to 1 plus count E, but this should be so simple. Alright, let's get rid of tail, right? We're simplifying now. This is bad because, we should actually make sense. You call E as a function online. Is it a function? Why is this calling it as a function? Because it's like this? Maybe I should take it easy. Yeah, I don't know. But I realized that, you know, when you're writing like recursive functions, you should use the base case, right? So a count of, and when excess is empty, then we want to return 0. Um, else, wait, this is all because I don't want to just use the the built-in. If head is equal to e, then 1 plus count tail excess. Do we all agree that that looks like it should be correct? And otherwise, we want to return count e with tail xs. This makes sense, right? Like this, do I need a set? Else if else, and then is there an, does the if statements have ends? I forget. I assume they do. All right, I'm gonna go back to not using REPL just in case REPL is being difficult. So now we go back to day 2 here, and we are going to call. Here, let me actually bring up that other window so I can see it. It's called count. So we want to call count, and we want to pass in an element. Let's check number 3, and we will pass in this is kind of ugly now though, because it's going to be passed in a function here. I have to go back. Did I miss something? With let result equals all of this, and I put the semicolon. Let result equals, and that needs a semicolon at the very end, in, and then now we're failing here because it doesn't like util anymore. It doesn't know how to parse something. Line 20. Okay, let's see here. Count equals, we need the semicolon. End is not, I guess there is no end in NIX. Okay, so now we have it working. It works. Okay, guys, we broke out. I'm totally losing it. this count look busted? Why does it look bad? Maybe because its NIX doesn't have like a case or something like that. That's why it's kind of like, there's no cond or case. That's why it's kind of ugly. Like a count shouldn't be this long. But we are theoretically using tail end recursion here because the last thing is, anyway, I mean, it's just that, like, look, count is a simple function, right? And if I can't write count, then that's all I have to say. All right, so we have count. So what was going on? We were basically, all of a sudden I switched to Emacs bindings. Because we have this now, and now we can count. So we have count. So we should basically go through left one by one, and then count with this guy on the right. So I think we'll need to make a function. Let's write it over here. It should just be the function that does this thing. What is it called? It's called, how did they call it in here? Similarity score. It takes in the list. I'll just call it left, right, and what does it do? It calls it's always a question of fold or map. I think we want to do a fold because we're building up the similarity score from 0. So fold, you can see how bad I am at remembering anything. It takes in the function, and the function takes in the accumulator, the element, and then we give it the null value, and the null value here is 0. Right? And we're iterating through the left list. The problem here is this fold guy won't have access to the right list. So one trick we can do is basically make this like make this basically a tuple. Why don't we just be lazy and make it a list? So the list is going to have the first element as the similarity score. No, this first element can be the right list. And then we're going to keep track in the second element, which makes you think that this should just be an attribute set. let's do this. Does this make sense to everyone? So this is what we're starting with. At least this way, it will always have access to it. Access to the deduping, or whatever we're calling it. The count list as the right. Let's call it count list. So the accumulator is going to look like count list, comma, score. And we can return count list, comma, score. This is sort of like the null function, right? Because we get in the count list and the score and the element, we ignore the element and we just return the count list and the score. I think this should work. This is a function, we're assigning it to similarity score, so we put a thing here. And then we call similarity score. Let's give it our own sample list that's really easy first. 1, comma 2, 1, comma 1. Alright, it should return 0, 1, 1, 0. It's not happy, unexpected. So somewhere in here I'm not balancing, I think. That's not right. This is the function. Yeah, this is the function we're passing in. The accumulator and then the E. List, no commas and are we not doing Haskell? It's still not happy. Oh god. Okay, this is the function. This is the default. And this is the list. Why? Why? Where are we? Help me understand. Syntax error. Unexpected parentheses. Expecting colon. Where? Over here. Oh, so it doesn't think that this is my function. Isn't that how you write a function? Countless score E. Oh! Because I'm not returning an attribute set. Guys, come on. This has to be count list equals count list semicolon score equals score semicolon. Here we go. Okay, so count list is the list on the right and the score is 0. But should it have been 0? Yes, it's 0 because we never do anything. Here, we're going to write code now. So this is good. Let's sort of make this look like code maybe. I guess. I think I did this better last time. Okay. So fold takes in a function. Yeah, maybe I move this here. Okay, that looks clearer to me. manifold takes in a function, and in this function we are going to we have the first element e, so we're gonna like basically find out. We're gonna call something like what I call it, count. And count takes in the thing we're counting, which is E, right? Yeah, it's the element we're looking at. And then we gotta find in the list, the count list, how many times it occurs. So this expression is how many times the element occurs in the list, in the count list. So the score is going to equal score. I know this isn't right, but let's just put this in here. Oh, that's not how I do that. Alright, so score equals score plus how many times it came up. Yeah. I hope it understands this precedence here. Score equals score plus count. Does it look right? Count list equals count list. We never change this. Score is equal to score plus how many times it appeared on the right list. Alright. It doesn't like count. Where did I do count? Where? Undefined variable count. That's from util, no? I'm using it. So what's going on here? Ay. Score equals score plus count. That's a function. What is going on here? Count E, count list. This should be fine. Why doesn't it like that? I don't know how to simplify this. Now it seems to think that count no longer exists. What am I doing wrong here? I changed the name. I changed it so it's no longer prime. Oh my god. Yep. Maybe this is better looking anyway. Okay. So, instead of just doing count, what we need to do is take the number that it is. Wait, let's actually make sure that this was the right answer. The score, it is 2 because I'm checking for 1 and it happens twice. And 2 happens 0 times. And if I check for 1, 1, it's 4 because it happens 4 times. That makes sense. So I think it's working. NIX error messages aren't that great when it's like a file that's included in the file. I'm starting to get the sense of. And then the other thing it's not good at it's sort of not good at giving you hints as to like where it parsed like the variable or the attribute or whatever, like, you know, so it doesn't give you a hint like, hey, it's probably this. Okay, but we're making progress. Oh my god. Okay. So what were we doing? Right, we have the similarity score here. But the similarity score should be the number, the thing itself, the number, which is E, multiplied by count, right? Actually, let's make this really easy then. Is equal to E times C, right? I'll call it value. And then so here we are plussing value. Score equals score plus value. And let's see if this runs. Okay, I think that's right because 1 is always just 1. So if we made this like 10 and 9, we should get 0. And in here, if we made this like 9, 9, we should get 9 times 2, which is 18. 18. So I think it works. Oh, hello. There's someone actually from Twitch. Sansi. Nice to see you. We're on YouTube also, and like, I don't usually get much people on Twitch, so I don't put chat on there. Most people do the opposite. Alright. So we're really close now because we have the similarity score. So now we just have to pass it the right lists, which is where are the right lists? Result has left and right. Left. Okay, like usually every time I try to do something, it like yells at me, right? Do you think this could be the one time it just works? Yay. Alright, is that what it said? It is 31. Alright. So do you think we can just now change We just changed the output, the input file. What's it called? It's called day one input. Yeah, right? Yeah, this is our input, I think. Alright, let's try running this. So I guess that's right. I mean, it's unfortunate that I have to print the whole left thing. I could just grab it out here and then only have the right. Like, I guess I could do that. It's kind of ugly. But let us try. Oops. That's the right answer. Yay. Is anyone here still? Thank you for sticking it out with me. God, this is not. All right, let's look at what Isabel did. And compare our stuff. Let me also there's no reason day 0, 1 and day 1 is the same, right? So I think we can get rid of day 1. And do I still have that? No, I don't have that here. So let's look for that file and change this to input because that is the correct one. So if I run this with day 1, this still works? Yep, okay. And day 2 works. Yep. No, you didn't miss much. Yeah, now I just want to compare it with Isabel's thing so I can learn. About the difference. I don't have your code here, so let me I think I know where you sent the link somewhere here. Dot dot dot. Hold on, guys. I can figure this out. There's just too much blabber going on here. Can you send me where can you send me the link in DM or something? Where's your I can't find it from Isabel. Oh my god, you write so many messages. Okay, here it is. I got it. DM. Ba-bam. Okay. I like this added thing. Alright, so days. What is template? magic. Whoa! Okay, so that was that other thing I was just looking at. But it's going to import. It's going to import. Oh no, that's not it. What is. Where's this file that. I guess I should look at the cleanup. Okay, now it doesn't have that, so I don't have to worry about it. Rewrite NIX is me doing 0 NIX with pure built-ins. Should I look at this one? Anyway, crap. Okay. Vendored or partly altered NIX positive because I wanted speed. Oh, that's count predicate, I guess. Fold L CX if C plus 1 0. Why would I what do what? If predicate X. Right. Okay, so you pass in the function that tells it whether it should count or not. And then it goes through and then it adds it. I like this. Zip list with generate list. I haven't looked at gen list. But last time we spoke, you were like, gen list. So it seems like gen list is like a big thing. Generate a list of size length with each element I equal to the value returned by generator I. Ooh, that's pretty cool. It's kind of like map, right? Except that you're creating it. It doesn't need really an input thing. And let's see how you're using it. Oops. Okay. F Isabel, you sure you don't want to get on like voice and like explain this to me? I don't understand this at all. How? I like that you just have it in one thing, so you return the solve. Calculate distance, calculate similarity. I should have done something like that. I try to use built-ins a lot since NIX eval speed is slow. Parse input. What? Wait. What? What is this from, Jason? I don't think I'm okay, I understand this. Where's my utils? I guess it's kind of the same, right? Yeah, negative n is better. You're just better than me. Sort less than list. Sort less than, I see. I think I need to figure out how to use this zip list with, because I think this is the key thing that would have saved me a lot of this effort, like here. Very nice and generic. True. It's basically the do it function. From Jason is used to make our ints. Alright. Well, I'm not gonna try to fully understand all of this, but that's really cool. I see, Isabel, what you mean by like saying like this doesn't look very much like this. Like one would be one kind of car and the other one would be a very different kind of car. I don't really know how I feel. I feel like I should try to understand this this way you're doing it better, because I feel like especially the zip list width would be very helpful, but I just don't get like a lot of these NIX sort of like idioms and conventions, I guess, but that'll be for later. I think we have completed. Oh, let's see how bad I'm doing. Where are the leaderboards for this? So I have the leaderboard that, where does it show the leaderboard I'm in with you? Private leaderboard. Here we go, Isabel. Look at you, 12. I have 6. So we just have to take down Willow. And then on my server, 18. Ben, that's you. Alright, I'm like almost in last place. Luckily, Rilmovic hasn't done it yet, so that saved me. But yeah, we're doing okay. Ben, do you have your solution somewhere? Did you send out a Git repository also? Thank you, OSBM. Bless you. Otherwise, I think we are... Yeah, Ben. Good job, alright? You can, if we're on Discord together, please do send me your Git repository, and I'll be happy to look at them in the future. I guess we will conclude the stream. Thank you for those who stuck around. How, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how painful was that? Like, why do you guys stick around? That felt like 1 to 10. That was probably a 7 or an 8. No? That's how it feels to me. Oh, let's see. Oh, it's going to be in Rust. Alright. Sort unstable. I don't know this. Okay. Day stuff 11131. Option string part 1. Input, self input, option string. It's been a while since I've done Rust. This must be a tuple. Sort unstable. So you're just sorting the list that you grabbed. Sum. This is like as opposed to null, right? You're zipping it, mapping, and getting absolute value, then calling sum. Now this is nice how you have the ability to just chain these together. Yeah, tomorrow? Probably. I don't know what time yet. Wow, this is beautiful. This is fucking beautiful. I mean, you know, it has all the the unwraps and stuff that you have to do for Rust, and we're not checking, but like, this is awesome. I see. Collect is like putting it together in a collection. So Rust can actually be very functional. I love it. Makes me want to do more Rust. Do love some nice Rust. Okay. Anyway, we're good for today. It's 1 a.m. Did you know it was 1 a.m.? It's 1 a.m. guys, and we've been working on this for 2 hours and 42 minutes. So we're gonna stop. Thanks. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.